Ah, Jesus Christ, like the 50th time I died. That's it. Nope, no more, no more. Rage quit.
Conan noobs!
Well, hello there once again, friends and fans. Raptor here. Welcome back to more Wargame European Escalation multiplayer action with Raptor and Lennon. Raptor and Lennon, of course, on the team side, NATO, Twisty, and Mr. Pinto on the side of Pact. Yes, it's nice to be back here, and it's nice to continue to be growing. We almost hit 270 subscribers, and I'd like to mention to those of you who haven't subscribed to please like, comment, and subscribe on these videos, and there'll be more Wargame European Escalation replays coming. There may be a live battle sometime soon, and of course there'll be more Men of War Assault Squad. So, if you take a look down here on the lower left-hand corner, that is, you have yours truly. On the other side, on the opposite side, your right, is Lennon. Up in the upper left is Mr. Pinto, and over on the right is Twisty. So let's take a look at what's going on. In golf, again, that's yours truly. There's a command vehicle and another command vehicle right up here ready to roll into Echo as soon as the match starts. Looks like there's 2 flak panzers and a chaparral. Yes, 2 flak panzers and a chaparral. There's 4 VABs. In addition to 2 other VABs, I'll guarantee you... Oh, actually, there's more up here. I'll guarantee you that these are riflemen, and these are probably multi-ATGM troops. Let's zoom over to Lennon then. Let's see what he's starting with. A lot of supply trucks. Looks like there's 246 Jupiter trucks, VABs, Rolands, command vehicles, and even more VABs, and a Mr. Roboto, or not a Mr. Roboto, an Uncle Fester, a Mephisto, a Mosquito, if you will. Many good names for that one. Over here on the right, again, this is Twisty. Twisty here has a couple of scout units. Looks like there's transports, tongue, BTRs, more BTRs, T-72s. So there's a lot of infantry on this map, except for this stain over here, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, look at that. This is what makes this game frustrating and annoying to play. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Pinto has successfully selected all of his units, and then selected Move Fast. Wow. With 2 button clicks, he has successfully won the game. Almost. In 99% of the situations, but not in this situation, we are going to can the spam, because he's not bringing a cornucopia of pain as you should. With a Scott up front for recon, what a disgusting human being. Mr. Pinto's grandmother was later executed by well, I can't tell you who, but anyway, let's get back into it then. You have VABs going to the left, and look, there you go. There's 2 VABs full of ATGM with 4 riflemen, and it looks like there's another VAB moving to the right. Let's go over to Lennon. He may have the first encounter. PT-71, VABs moving up. Looks like there's multiple VABs spreading out all over. He'll be taking advantage of a lot of that lighter cover along the road, a lot of those bushes. The Mephisto is, again, a ATGM unit that has pretty good accuracy. It's good all around. PT-71 already firing at possibly... not sure if it was a VAB in the city. It curved so strangely I wasn't able to tell. Let's go back to my side and see what's going on. Looks like the VABs are getting ready to engage that Scott. Oh, great Scott. Alright, so it looks like the units have... looks like they've been able to destroy 1 ATGM squad and 1 VAB. T-55's coming up the road along with ZSUs, more ZSUs. And it looks like our troops already know what's going on, and I think I've already prepared a flank and or a spawn blocker at Delta just to get back at him for this just disgusting cancerous blob that continues to roll through Delta and Foxtrot to Echo. We'll get back to this in just a second. Let's go over to Lennon then. Looks like Lennon's nicely spread out. It's got multiple Legion FAMAS groups in the city, along with Milan and a V-150 being called in as well to scout on everything around Juliet. In Juliet, we only have an enemy UAZ and a PT-71. Everything else is in the woods. That's a very smart defensive position. If Lennon goes anywhere near it, up over this ridge, he's going to be toast, according to most attack plans, because he's got T-72s and a TO-55 to block infantry. Let's go back over to the cancerous blob from Mr. Pinto. Looks like there's a Sagi and 2 VABs going in, so there's going to be a definite... well, it's definitely going to be hell for us to try to defend this position. But as you can see, we're already preparing somewhat of a flank. There's ATGM troops here, as well as flak panzers there as well. And Chaparral still defending the commands, one command up there, and there's commands left back in Echo and in Golf. Good. This is good. T-55 is moving to that FOB to capture. He's now spreading out trying to find all of our units, but you ain't gonna find nothing. And before we leave, let's just check to see. Yes, there's more VABs and Cobras being brought in. Oh, let's get back to that in just a second. Go back over to Lenin's side. Looks like there's more defenses set up here. Lenin doing a really good job at preparing for any attack that he may have. Lenin's attack could easily be defeated by infantry, or rather artillery, but his infantry could quickly escape in a lot of those armored units and or just spread out. Command finally abandoning at Golf as KPZ 55s, which are basically the same as 55s, move towards the command. Cobras from Lenin are engaging those T-55s as we make preparations to move elsewhere. Echo again under our control, and only 3 enemy troops left here. VABs from yours truly. Oh, finally I get to take Lenin's place and get a deep cut in a UAZ kill. Very nice. Let's just take a look and see what happens with those T-55s. They're just completely unloading on VABs, knocking a couple of them out. Yours truly going for that FOB and trying to get into cover, and then just pulling back. Those ZSUs are getting close as well, but horrible accuracy on those. And let's watch as these VAB troopers get close to this UAZ. Are they going to move in? Yes, indeed they are. So down below, there's just a lot of T-55s being destroyed by our combined force down there. And I'll tell you the score right after we get this 200-point kill. Boom, baby, boom. And those are all upgraded to 4. So, Mr. Pinto is effectively out of the game. He has no command left. He can't capture. All he can do is roll around with his units. But it's going to be highly ineffective. NATO at 265, Pact at 274, Raptor 250, Lenin 15 points, Mr. Twisty not even on the board yet, or rather Twisty not on the board. Mr. Pinto at 274. A lot of good units that he killed right in the start. Jesus, even slowing my computer down a little bit with all this craziness going on. The Cobra is still engaging from the rear. He must have lost a few of those. And one of them is in need of resupply. Command units sneaking in, perhaps to get some extra units to deploy from Golf, and now it's turning around due to the cancerous blob still being there. VABs moving up to that FOB to capture that SOB, so that way we can use it on our side, G. Ooh, T-80BV and a PT-71 kind of patrolling around Charlie. T-80BV, nice unit to have around just to defend against perhaps medium or light tanks that'll move up. And PT-71 TO-55 in the woods to hinder Lenin from bringing in reinforcements. Lenin choosing to take out the troop transports here as that missile totally zooms by. Very unfortunate. Topaz, though, 3 of those will not make it. Only one of them. And let's see if he can unload to at least fight Lenin. Yes, he does. 5 motor Strelicky getting out. 4 left. They're toast. Let's go back down over to the blob. The blob is basically blocked off now. They're all rallying around the FOB. It's very surprising that he hasn't tried to counterattack on Lenin's position or try to find my commands that are now moving up to Delta and into Alpha and Delta, Echo, and Alpha could all be ours. And those VABs are spreading out. Let's go back over to Lenin again. And let's take a look at what's going on. Bringing out Valerie's tanks. Yeah, that's a smart move. He's going to be able to get that PT-71 in the rear. Hopefully he can do that. Let's see if he can. Ooh, he gets the T-55. One nice hit on that. Let's zoom in here. Let's see what the Valeries can do. Nice exchange of fire. Lenin getting that TO-55, bringing him up to 91 points. Very good. We pull ahead by 30. It's now 396 to 360. PT-71 retreating into the woods. T-72A has routed most likely from perhaps a ATGM from Milan, and more T-72As in the rear, tongue over to the left, bringing in more AA. Not a helicopter on the field, but no need to take a risk when those units are so cheap. Back over here, we have a UAZ. Interesting. Hasn't even... Oh, he just called it out. Okay, I was wondering why it wasn't exactly captured. It is going to take forever to get from this point at Charlie, where it's coming from, all the way down to Echo or Foxtrot. Not a good day for you, sir. Not a good day indeed. Vab's moving around, setting up defensive positions to choke off those two now that are restricted to Juliet and Charlie. A very big shame that Mr. Pinto spent all of that money and all of that time on that T-55 assault and is not following through with the attack. We have multiple helicopters coming in here. We have Mi-24As. Looks like we've also got a unit destroyed over here, perhaps one of Lenin's, I believe it was the Valerie's tank that was trying to cut off in the forest. A lot of units now around this forest and spawn point. PT-71 still peeking around for any type of counterattack from Lenin. T-72 is also zooming around, refitting, repairing, and rearming to make sure that Lenin cannot do anything against that spawn point. Vab's also parked around Lenin's spawn point. I'm not sure if there's infantry in them or if they had gotten killed off, but it's definitely smart to defend that position just in case that they bring out. And there they go, bringing in their OT-64s to try to choke Lenin off rather than fight him on the field. Both players having pretty good defensive positions, but an Mi-24 now moving in with a T-80BV and PT-71. Milan troops not firing yet at that PT-71 as they didn't see it, but now they do. Milan firing back at the PT-71 that fired at Vab's, luring it out and revealing its position. PT-71 destroyed by Lenin. Nicely done, sir. Lenin at 121 now, really starting to get up there, and Mr. Pinto still at 330. Let's actually... oh, wait a minute now. Roland finally taking out the Mi-24. I thought we would get it with the first missile with those troops over there. And we have a VAB Scott Clash from Lenin. Lenin just zooming by in his VABs, probably not even knowing they were there. More than likely going for that PT-71. Yours truly marking that he had passed those units as to not let them escape and get closer to his spawn. They're now deploying. They are the ZP or VPZU units, a very good scout unit. A Zippo also being called in from Lenin now. And both of those Vabs, I believe, destroyed now. Legion Fama only taking out one of those troops, 20. Only taking out one. Wow. Legion Fama eliminated by the VPZU with basically no skin off of their nose. Wow. Just incredible. Incredible. As you can see up there, a lot of Topaz moving. Igla still in defensive position. It's going to be an infantry battle from here on out because these positions are critical to bringing in reinforcements. Zippo now firing at those troops. Oh, they're dwindling. Look at that, going from 20 to 10 down to 9, 8, 7. Oh, and finally destroying that Zippo as they still continue to lose troops against the Legion Fama and Vab. Very nice, Lenin, but more Topaz being brought in now to deal with that. The Ferrari of the battlefield, the Topaz, as Mr. Pinto on the field is remaining relatively inactive. Let's zoom over here. Flak Panzer taking out a Mi-24 that was doing a little scouting. Gazelle over here as well. Vab set up prepared for any counterattack as a command vehicle over here is now hiding. Doing a good job too hiding. Units over here include the Gazelle VAB, which are giving us good scout options. KPZ 55 are being called into that forest. Those can be easily taken out by those Chasseur Fama if they do not move quick enough and if they just move straight into the woods. Let's go over here. A new cancerous blob forming on the battlefield. Lenin basically holding the field with 18 Fama troop and a VAB versus T-72, PT-71, Euro trucks, two more T-72, Igla moving in, and holy crap is there a lot of infantry in that woods. This is the time, ladies and gentlemen, where you would use rocket artillery on this woods. You could get this entire area, perhaps destroy most of the infantry and a Ural supply truck. That's what you want to do. You want to destroy the enemy's supplies and also cut their numbers down. Don't expect to destroy T-80s with artillery. That's not what it's for. It's for taking out command units, supply units, and infantry. Of course, you can get a tank from time to time, but it's never golden. Now, as they slowly move in on Lenin, we're probably saving up this time for reinforcements. Let's go back over here and zoom at the blob. Looks like Lenin might be bringing in a Cobra to deal with that. And he'll probably get ready to fire, but that's not going to be too interesting compared to what's going on over here. We now have a deep push from his forces, and let's actually zoom up here to see what banner had flashed up. Raptor marking that Twisty's doing a little bit of scouting near Charlie, and there comes those 55s that he had called out previously. Zooming back, let's watch the Spetsnaz bring up the pain as they cross through the fire in the forest. Scott's still in the rear, Motor Strelicky still in the rear, Legion Fama in the rear as well. 7 minutes left in this battle. Interesting, very interesting. Zoom over here just to see what's going on with the Cancerous Blob. A little bit of engagement, no big deal, bro. And it looks like Motor Strelicky are parked. Spetsnaz also being brought up. Very interesting battle. Finally, an engagement now from those Legion Fama on those Spetsnaz. He moved up very cautiously with those Spetsnaz. Even though they're a recon unit, he knew what was there. And his plan was obviously to try to cut off those units from bringing in reinforcements by scouting what was there and then just basically plowing right in. You can see him just rolling right over Lennon with all those units now. There's going to be a fight both on the left and the right side. Will Lennon be able to hold this? Ural trucks coming up from the left. Not exactly sure what they're doing. I don't know why they would cut across the field. They could be destroyed very easily. Zippo's pulling back now. Vab being brought up. Looks like we have Lennon basically doing a lot of this work on his own as I was dealing with a little bit of a counter over here. T-55 zooming in. Chasseur Fama taking a lot of those units out. Holy crap. ATGMs as well. Big infantry assault trying to push into Charlie. If Charlie's taken, the enemy won't have much left as Juliet is really under a lot of siege from Lennon. In fact, Lennon could push in now and take Juliet and really have the enemy split. We would divide Juliet up from this assault force over here to the right, and Charlie could be basically harassed from my infantry all day long with no punishment. Wow, the Zippos were taken out by Motor Strelicky, but no Motor Strelicky left. As more Topaz arrive, Lennon's still holding this sector by just bringing in just the right amount of reinforcements. Nicely done. Nicely done indeed. Troops have routed. He's now calling for help as he can no longer hold in that position anymore. And it looks like 1KPZ T-55's trying to escape. Getting ready to fire at the Chasseur Fama that are running around. That cannon's going to fire. No deaths. Interesting. The blob still sitting exactly where it was, being unused. NATO ahead by 100 points. Oh, wait a minute. Pact picking it up now. It's a very close game. Ooh, within 60... no. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. NATO pulling up again. Oh, this is where battles are won and lost. There's so much going on that this is hard to commentate on. T-72's firing from the woods. Chasseur Fama moving back in to engage. Vab opening fire on the Topaz. A few Chasseur destroyed. More Chasseur. Whose are these? Raptor bringing in the pain now as he's trying to smother his position. NATO ahead. Oh, no. Pact ahead now. Wow. This is incredible. A Lynx is zooming around. Lennon should not have called that in so close with the infantry zooming around. Those could be easily taken out. But it is getting ready to fire. I can't exactly... Oh, I'm sorry. The Lynx is... I was thinking it was the Lynx helicopter. It is actually the ground tank unit. A very light armored car. 90mm gun on it, I believe. Yes, indeed. Chasseur Fama being pushed back. Raptor cutting, yours truly, cutting these troops in half now. The Ural trucks being cut off from their infantry. They can still resupply, but if those Topaz are eliminated, along with that infantry, we have free supply trucks, and we have just won the field. This is very incredible. Let's go up here then to see what the attack is starting. Oh yes, Mr. Pinto finally got enough money to buy some more T-55s, and too little too late, sir, as they're now starting to be destroyed just getting out of the gate. Very bad that he didn't bring up that combined force. Oh, another T-55 destroyed, and they're just going to be stopped while they get picked off. Vabs and Chasseur Fama now trying to rally to take out the rest of that Motor Streliki and Topaz troops. You can guarantee that they're almost out of those troop transports, otherwise they would have kept pushing. Lennon bringing up his Zippo to try to finish off the infantry as the Chasseur Fama scanned for any more infantry in the woods. T-72 taken out by a Milan trooper. Lennon's going to start sweeping up the field now, baby. Raptor at 765, Lennon at 480, and Mr. Twisty and Mr. Pinto are both nearly tied at 580, 550. Very nice. Motor Streliki still firing at those advancing French troops. They're almost out of supply now. It's not going to be as valuable to capture those trucks. Jupiter trucks coming in now from Lennon. Those will be definitely needed after the end of this little battle. Let's just zoom up here to see what's going on. Only a few T-55s left as they begin to push into the woods, losing everything that he had other than those four. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. Oh, no, they're not damaged at all. But you can guarantee the Chasseur for miles will be able to take them out. More troops pushing up from the rear just in case the attack continues. The blob, still blobbing. A lot of troops on the field. Not as much as before, but these are a lot to take out those Motor Streliki. And a few of them have routed as they were trying to flank from the rear. Motor Streliki finally eliminated Ural trucks under our control. This might sound the end of the battle now. We've only got a minute left. PT-85 pulling back. T-72A, PT-71, they're all pulling back. Looks like it's going to be an all-out effort to try to hold Charlie now. Yes, indeed. So they have given up on trying to break into Mike, and they're going to pull out via the highway just right of Juliet. Tunguska, T-80BV, and UAZ are all going to lock down that, or the PT-85 going to lock down the command UAZ. It's top priority now for them. BTR-60 bringing in, apparently they needed ATGM troops, so they've called those in. And those will probably deploy along the road. At least that's what I would do. T-55's now retreating. Let's actually go back and see if there's any more infantry battles going on. No, it looks like, though, that one of those... oh, never mind. I think maybe a tank was destroyed in a retreat. I'm not exactly sure what they had over here anymore. But as you can see, there's a whole lot of retreating going on at Papa John's. Yes, indeed. Taco John's is what I meant. Lols. Anyway, BMP 685 moving onto the field, and it's hauling ass. It's definitely going to be able to engage any armored vehicle that comes in its way, especially VABs. Oh, a lot of BTRs there. Oop. Oh, and that's the end of the battle. 1327 bringing it out. Oh, wait a minute. It's a draw. WTF. Nicely done. 20 minutes on that one. Points to achieve 1,500. Yeah, we were extremely close. We were just ahead by about, let's just call it 30 points. Lennon coming in at 480. Raptor at 840 rather. Twisty at 730. Mr. Pinto at a disgusting 565, but hey, that's what happens when you spam. But Lennon at 487, but mostly an infantry battle. He had it tough, and that was an interesting battle, but that's why it's called Adapt and Survive, and bring that cornucopia of pain. So until next time, friends and fans, this is Raptor reminding you to keep your password and your pimp hand strong. Do it, baby, do it. And if you love these videos, please like, comment, and subscribe.